Do you ever just look out at a field of dandelions and think, wow, I'd really like to drink that with alcohol? Well, it's your lucky day because today we're going to be making dandelion wine. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be doing is picking the dandelions. Honestly, you only need the top. You don't need the stem. And we're going to go for, the bigger ones. You don't want to go for the tiny little ones. Then you're going to be picking like 2 million of them and they just take longer. So I'm going to be picking nice big ones like this. And we're going to be wanting to pick about 4 times the amount of dandelion heads as petals we want. So in our case, that's going to be about 4 cups or 1 quart of petals. So 4 quarts or 16 cups of dandelion blossoms. Alrighty, we've got a nice full bowl of dandelion flowers here. And now it's time to pull these babies apart. Alright, we're just gonna give these a quick rinse. A few bugs in there, that's okay. Alright, once we've got all of our blossoms picked, we're just going to separate the petals. Just pulling them out of there. Just want the yellow. Like whatever's a little bit brownish or grayish in there, that's fine too. Trying not to get any of the green in there. And once you finish separating the petals, if you, for whatever reason, are not able to actually make the wine today, that's fine. They can be refrigerated for a couple of days and they can be frozen for a bit longer yet, so. Alright, next we are going to add 12 cups of water. And 6 cups of sugar. And we're going to bring that to a boil. Once the sugar water comes to a boil, we can take it off the heat and we're going to want to cool it down to a lukewarm temperature. Alrighty, now it's time to sterilize the jars. We are going to be using 4 1 liter jars, which 4 quart jars works as well. Alrighty, time to assemble. So our jars have been sterilized. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of pure orange juice to each one. You can just juice an orange yourself, or if you're a little bit more on the lazy side, like me, you can get pre-juiced orange. You can get pre-squeezed orange juice. There we go. And same goes for lemons. I have pre-squeezed lemon juice, and we're going to add a tablespoon to each. If you use fresh, you can also add some of like the zest to it, which is a nice addition. Now we are going to divide the dandelion petals evenly amongst the jars. So okay, and then we add a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast nutrient to each one. I just got this off of Amazon. So. Alright, while we wait for that, we've just got 2 ounces of lukewarm water here, and we are going to dissolve 1 packet of wine yeast in it. I purchased this off of Amazon as well, so give it a quick stir. And then that should rehydrate for the next 5 or so minutes. Alrighty, time to divide the now lukewarm sugar water amongst the 4 jars. Next, we divide our yeast mixture evenly between the 4 jars. And then we put our fermentation lids on. Alright, we've got our special airlock lids on, which is just part of the fermentation kit also purchased off of Amazon. And now we're just going to take these top lids off for a moment. And we're going to fill these water chambers just about halfway or so. And we'll put the lids back on. And this will just allow for the fermentation gases to get out without oxygen getting in. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to put them in a cool, dark, dry place for about 3 weeks. And I'll see you guys then. Here we can see lots of bubbles. That's what we want. It's been fermenting for a few days at this point. Still water in the tops of all of these. And we're gonna leave it to ferment for a couple more weeks. Alright, it's been about 3.5 weeks, and as you can see, the fermentation has basically stopped. So we are going to strain out the dandelion petals as well as the yeast sediment, And we're going to rebottle them with the waterlock lids. Got a couple of fruit flies in here, unfortunately. And we're gonna let them ferment again. All right, so we are gonna just be using some cheese pellet here. And we're just gonna go like so. And then I think we're gonna put just a rubber band around that. Okay, hopefully that's good. I think we'll actually let hold up. There we go. So, let it squish down pretty far. And we're gonna let the dandelion petals sit in there. Okay. So, there's what it looks like so far. And just very carefully beautiful. Got a little bit of petals in there, but honestly, not nearly as much as I was anticipating. That's not bad at all. And here is what our wine looks like so far. And we're just gonna pop this right back on. And we're gonna let this sucker ferment for about 6 more weeks. Now we're just gonna do the same with the other ones. So here's the wine now, and we're just gonna let it continue to ferment with making sure there's water in these every so often for about 6 to 8 weeks. Check in again soon. Okay, so it's been 6 weeks. We rebottled the wine, straining off the sediment again, and this time we just put regular tops on. I also put some of it in this little maple syrup bottle because I thought it was super cute. And yeah, from this point on, you can drink it, you can age it. Just make sure if you're aging it that you either have it properly sealed or at least store it in a cool, dry space. Time to taste this stuff. Okay, so it has been approximately 11 months since I first started making the wine, and I am just now tasting it. The reason for that being, as you may know, I got pregnant actually right before I started making the wine. I didn't know it until a couple weeks later, but so you're not supposed to drink while you're pregnant, so I am gonna taste it now. Okay, so a quick little side note, just as I am pouring this, I did not realize there were different percentages of wine yeast. I thought it was based on the amount of yeast used. So I accidentally bought 18% yeast. I did get my friends and family to try this, and their reactions were 1, it was too strong, 2, it tasted like brandy, and 3, it tasted like sake. So if you are interested in a drink that tastes like that, yeah, would recommend the 18%. Otherwise, if you're more like me and like a lighter drink, I would go with the usual 8 to 10%. But anyway, here we go. Cheers. Smells like wine. Feeling warmer already just from one sip. Yeah, like, again, I gotta agree with what they say. The taste itself, it's flowery, which sounds weird, but I actually do agree with the people who say that. And it's definitely a bit fruity, probably from the orange and lemon juice, so. Cheers! Thanks for watching. Have a good day.